All right, market's about to open, guys. Here.
That bubble was awesome. Oh, hey. Look at what it is. It's some tasty juice.
Let's get everything situated. I just took a shower.
I love juice.
Ready for the day to happen here.
Fruit. Let's open it up.
All right, testing, testing.
Really tasty.
Testing, testing. Okay.
Have you ever wondered
I don't know why
why food tastes so good?
Is my mic working? I don't hear it.
Bad sometimes?
Oh, it's because I have my volume off.
It's because we have
Okay, good.
we can taste things.
Let me turn this a little down.
Senses.
Okay, it's been a pretty busy morning here. Steve, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know. Should I try ES? Let's get rid of all this stuff. Might do 3 contracts of ES. Shift I. Yeah, what I'm thinking is maybe scale 2 out fast and hold the 1 break even, maybe. I'm doing ES. These are minis. I might do it. Yeah, just to kind of, now that I'm going bigger size, you know, I can probably reduce a lot of the fees now. Hopefully it goes all well today. Probably easier than the phone here. Yeah, computer is way easier. No, this is actually decent size. I've been only doing 15 micros. This is actually bigger size than what I usually do. Why is this thing like? Why does it look so weird on? All right, whatever. I'm just looking at something here. Let's make this a little bigger there. All right. So I am down slightly from the day from the previous overnight session. I probably should have took the triple orb. I'm seeing it work a ton, so we'll see. All right, I got my thing set up where I got the automatic hotkey set up here. The market's about to open in literally 15 seconds. Oh wait, yeah, it's not open yet. It's about to open, guys. Shift buy or shift sell is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put my lines out here. Oh, shoot. Forgot to post on live. Bam, bam. All right, there's the 930 candle. There's the 930 candle. It's up massive. Holy moly. So now we're looking for a break of structure. Pretty big break of structure there. I'm going to see if we pull. Nope. Come back down.
Order filled.
I'm going to see if we get in on that. All right. It's a pretty big break of structure. I'm not really sure if I like that, to be honest. It's a pretty big orb today. 60-18 all the way to 60-12. Yuck. I don't know if I like that. It's a little too big for me. Yeah. I'm going to do a stop sell. I'm going to do, if it does go down there, I'm going to do a stop sell of 3 here. Yeah. The one time I go bigger size too. I don't like the orb. It's too big. Frick. The one time we'll probably do for a double orb. I am going to go bigger size, though, if it goes down. We'll see, though. We still got time. I'm curious. Does MES show a break of structure? Yeah, it does. Sometimes it's different. Come on, stay above. Yeah, I went too big size, I guess, today. It's always that way. The minute you go big size, it always seems to be that way, right? Yeah. I'm going to take it one more time to the downside here. We'll see if it
Order filled.
Yeah, I screwed this up. Yeah, it pisses me off, guys. Yeah, I'm going to take it here. If I blow this prop, it's whatever. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to take it to the downside, see if it wants to go. But yeah, I screwed it up. I probably should stick to my regular mini micros. It's just a little too big size. I went too big size today. But we'll see if I can redeem myself on the double orb, and after this, I'm done. I went, it either works or not, because I was already in a drawdown mode yesterday. Can't believe it went from here to here. Excavator. We'll see if this happens. I'm looking for, honestly, a really big gain on this one if it does work. So we got the double orb. I'm going to take the double orb, and we'll see if that works. It's the first time in a while it failed. We were probably due for a double orb on the ES. Unfortunately. Let's look at Spy and see how it's looking. Alright, we'll see what it does. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, we did it right. We got the single orb here. I got in right when we got the break of structure. There's nothing I would have done different here. Pretty big orb though, 60-12, 60-18. So the loss is bigger on today's like this. And I went bigger size today because I was overconfident. Yeah, I went way too big size. Bam, blew that account. I don't know. What's the lesson I'll learn on this one? Yeah, 10 micros on this is a 350 loss. I did freaking 3 minis. I mean, yeah, 3 minis at the top, and I had no room for error. And it'll probably go down. I probably should have took the small gain here, wait for a retest. It's probably going to go down massive, too. Man, that sucks. I'm kind of wondering, too, if it's better just to do the after hours. The after hours, we nailed it to a T on the third orb. Yeah. That's why I went bigger size. I was, Man, that freaking pisses me off. The one time I go big size, it's always that way, too. Every time you go big size, you lose on the trade. Gosh. And since it's an evaluation, you want to hurry up and get it passed, so you're not going to do small size. Yeah, it's going to go down probably big, too. No, the strategy still works. It's just I'm just a little irritated on the size I did. I did massive minis. I should have just stuck to my stupid micros. It pisses me off. Yeah, it still works. It's just right up in here. We got the we have the single orb here. My original rules are if you lose on the single orb, you're done. But I was in so much drawdown, dude, from last night and today that I just took the other trade. So, Honestly, I probably should wait for this candle close too. I got in a little earlier. I probably could have got in here if I waited for that candle close. I'm curious, what did the 5-second give us? Hmm. And I gave you like 4 points in a blink of a second on the 5-second. Yeah, it's gonna go down probably. Ouch, my freaking neck is killing me. Ugh. Over. You know, it is kind of curious to see that that 5-second gave you a monster returns too, but I'm gonna stick with the 15. Monster move up here on the 15. Massive orb. Those are kind of the riskier days. No, that's why I'm not. I mean, I'm not pissed about it. It's just like the times I don't go big size is when I win like 10 times in a row, and then the time I go big size when I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to pass this combine in a day now, is when I just freaking take a massive loss. That's the sucky part about it is, because if I had the regular account, yeah, I'd be doing just a couple micros. You know, I wouldn't be risking big size, but since I'm just trying to pass the prop firm, I'm gonna go big size and just pass it fast. I guess I should have played that in the beginning like that. This might be just a freaking chopped up day. This is why I believe in the one trade a day. You take in the trade here, you're done. It gives you a double orb. I mean, you get very little points here from 60-11 to 68. Honestly, with my size, that would have been a pretty massive gain there, though. Hmm. Trying to think. What is the proper size I want to do? I think 20 micros is ideal. What is MNQ doing? Wow, that's crazy. You freaking kidding me? MNQ actually is only showing a single orb? What the frick? Hmm. That's the first time I've seen MNQ win and not MES. Yeah, it's a single orb today. Are you kidding me? Hmm. Let me see how NQ looks. Is it slightly different? You see how NQ is slightly different? Like it goes slightly in there. 20. 2K. This one you made pretty decent returns. 6704 to 6689. Crude oil you win on. Comes Up, comes back down, so you make a nice return there. It just freaking, man, whenever I go big size, I should have known that's a red flag. Frick, man. You know, with doing my micro size, I would have lost, you know, around $300 to $400. My regular size, and super easy to recover from. I'm looking at MES. It's the worst one to trade out of all of them. MES is the worst to trade today. NASDAQ, you win. Russell, you win. Crude oil, you win. Let's look at gold. All of them you win, but freaking MES. Man, that freaking blows. Gold, you lose on too. Gold has been on V shape though, but if you took it on the double orb, I'm kind of wondering too if I should just take the smallest orb, just for less loss, like right up in here. I mean, you make it all back right in there. That's a monster return. Yeah, I'm doing a top step 50K. It's 49 bucks. Trying to think. It's like, because if you go so small size, you drag it out forever. Yeah, that's the problem. If you go so small, you drag it out forever. And then the minute you go big size, obviously you wouldn't do this on the real funded account. So that's what they rely on, is you know, it's just kind of annoying. I hate seeing that NASDAQ is up quite a bit here. Like, it's actually following the system to a T. I mean, look at this. 5-second chart. I'm kind of curious if I really wanted to make the fastest returns. Should I just put my order in here after the 5-second is done? It's just kind of interesting to me. Would have won on MES if you did that. Kind of the quickest scalping method there. Man, that's just a tricky day though. It went up. It just did the double orb to stop us out. So it did exactly what it wanted to do according to MNQ. Not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick to the same thing, but this is gonna be really fast if I do that. I mean, but look at this. I can get in so freaking early there. I mean, you making 833 to 873. You made 40 points so freaking fast. It's definitely something to look into. Stop losses 31 to 15 points. I mean, I was due for a loss on MES, so I can't really beat myself up too much. I was due for a loss eventually. It just sucks that I went bigger size. I shouldn't have done that.
You won't make that too. You want that one?
Yeah, well, you get 2K drawdown on a 50K account. If you get above your 50K, let's say you get about 3,000 above it, well then you have a 3K drawdown. The trailing stops at 50K. That's where it gets glorious. Like, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, with the evaluations, you really got to go big size and pass them fast, in my opinion. Because when you're on a big win streak, I should have taken advantage of that. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, Nasdaq was a better opportunity today compared to MES. That kind of is frustrating to see. This was a massive gain on Nasdaq. Let me just see like the previous day and see what it's doing. And yeah, the after hours, we got to take advantage of the triple orbs. You see how big after hours it went down? Man, we're not taking advantage of that. On Nasdaq, over 100 points we left on the table. Let me see. Like, I'll show you the 1800. I'm gonna look at this 5-second chart and just kind of see. Is there a way we can actually play the breakouts here? I go to settings too. Is there a hotkey for that one? Join as. Come on, I wanted to go all the way back. Alright, man. I want freaking 5 minis today. I was really confident. Freaking 5 minis today. Actually, 8 minis. I did 3 to the upside, and I was like, you know, I got one last shot. Double orb it's either a go or no go. That was my last shot. Yeah, I had one last shot. Because if your drawdown's too much, you can't really work with much. 1800. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of times like this, guys. You see this, what we're getting? You see how we're getting a break of structure. I mean, if you get in pretty freaking early from here, 21,863, it's not bad. Yeah, what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about putting my order like the minute that 5 thinking about putting like something like this. You see how you can do a market or stop sell here, like 5 there, and then market buy or limit buy, like do it down here. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Hmm. And if we did that today, right up in here is your 930 there, 21,831. You're not risking that much. And look at the monster return you get. Hmm. Uh, well, you could do that. It's just that's not really honestly, once you get a funded account, I mean, yeah, you'll get funded doing that probably. I mean, if you want bull on one and short on the other, but then it could whiplash you both accounts too at the same time. It could go up, not hit your target, and then it could go down. To me, that's just kind of. I rather stick to the rules. I know this strategy works. It's just there's just a fine line with sizing. That's the fine line I'm noticing is your sizing. When the sizing is not consistent, your one loss can wipe out, you know, all your wins you've had in a row. So it's just, yeah, I wasn't confident till now. I'm really confident with the strategy. I'm also seeing some like things where you see how this is the 15-minute orb. You see how the 15-second, or not 15. This is the 15-second orb. It's way too big today. It was too risky today. That's the hardest thing about this was like it was just a little too risky today. Massive points here, 21,855 to 21,888 to 18. That's just too hard to do. Way too hard to trade when it's that big of an orb. So that's what I'm seeing here on the 5. I'm like, you know, what I'm seeing here, you can scale it down a little more. If the 15-second orb is too big, it's just too hard to trade. That's what I'm seeing. It's just too big. And that's why I haven't been doing the 15-minute orbs, is to avoid these monster stops. Like if I took a trade here, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I won't lose as much compared to something like this. It's just weird how ES, just had a freaking double orb and then very inconsistent, whereas MNQ didn't. Right up in here, you have the ES, break of structure. But here's the happen. I got in on the 15 here. This is the 15. And it did, right here, it did the V shape down, unfortunately. So I'm going to work on my speed. I might honestly do even if I did the 5 here, I made money. From 60-17 to 60-20. But at that point, man, why is NQ having much better, cleaner price action? Yeah, it's just much better price action today. NQ is insane. I love the price action on this. It hit the upper orb. It bounced it up. ES was garbage today. So I guess it don't really matter. It just depends on the day. Because NQ was really good yesterday. NQ has been really good. I'm just kind of curious if this 5-second is avoiding a ton of freaking losses. Because you can literally, take those fast gains if you want. I mean, even on that 1800 session you won is what I'm seeing. Like, look at the 1800 session. We had this right here. That's weird. On MNQ, I didn't see that. But on this, I do. That is weird. You see how this is like going above it? But on MNQ, it's not showing that. I feel like the micros have a much more stricter chart. Let me leave that there, and let me go to MNQ. Let me show you something here. That's actually insanely interesting to me. 1800. I just want to see that. I think the Nat set. Yeah, look at this. Whoops, I was over here. You see the difference in this? MNQ on the 1800 session did not show price going above here. So with my system here, yeah, I think it's very smart to place your orders. Lily, if you want to get the break of structure, it's probably wise to put it right away, in my opinion. I mean, look at the monster returns you get just from this overnight session. I mean, you would take those fast returns. I mean, look at this next break of structure here. You see how it did the double orb, and it actually went up insane, 875 to 893. And then if you did this break of structure, you win like monster returns. I don't know. I like the one trade a day though. It keeps you grounded and it makes you not overtrade. Like me, I freaking overtrade. 20 micros. So I'm thinking for NASDAQ, I don't think it really matters, guys. I think NASDAQ, you can make faster returns, but the price action does look a little cleaner, in my opinion. I think this is more for taking those fast 10 to 20 points fast. And I'm looking at this. There's no reason why you can't. 930 here. I'm wondering also. See, this one you would lose. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. 5. But then you make it all back on that one. So, 21,977. You make insane returns there compared to this one. You get in. I mean, you lose. It's not bad, 20 points, and then this one, if you get in 1998 to, you make way over 20 points. Decisions to make. But yeah, no strategy is going to be perfect. You know, I understand that. You're going to have losses. No strategy is perfect. But I'm seeing a lot of times it's really good to take a single and double orb just to take, take those 2 trades. I don't see anything wrong with that because even on the after hours session, you would have made money. And if you made that money, I mean, on the triple orb, you made insane returns. But if you take 2 losses in a row, then it's just whatever. You just got to stop trading for the day. I'm going to see the 1800 candle here. But, I might switch for NASDAQ just for a little bit and kind of see what I want to do on this. I'm going to more look into scalping 10 to 20 points because you can get it really fast with NASDAQ, unfortunately, compared to MES. And I might do a bracket order.
Want vitamins? What? Vitamins?
Alright, where's it at? Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to see real quick here, guys. 1800. I just want to see some after hours and morning sessions here. Alright, so here's your 1800. I think I remember this day. This one was really slow. So that's your 1800. You literally get in right away when you break that structure. You put it right on that, literally above that line a little bit. That way you get the best entry. Price comes up to 21,955. That's not enough. But then it goes all the way up to 21,962. Oh, wow, that was the big gain. Yeah, I mean, even on this little rally here, that was pretty nice. And then if you took the double orb on the break of structure, yeah, you get in right here and make massive money. 21,935 to 21,917. Then you wait for the triple orb, and then you literally get in on break of structure right away. Holy crap. 21,952 all the way to 2201. And that would be your triple orb right in here. That's insane. I mean, even if you get in a break of structure here, look at the drop you get. It's kind of something to think about. I know Top Step you can do take profit, personal daily loss, personal daily profit. Oh yeah, there are the risk brackets here. You can do well, your risk is going to be different each time because of the orb. So that one you would leave blank. This one, I think there's no doubt you can get 500 a trade, at least. If not more. So now the next thing we need to work on is position sizing. How much would I do? That's the thing I need to focus on is how many, what's my sizing for this? Since the stop loss is so tight, I'm thinking about 20, 30 micros. Yeah, I'm gonna do something here, guys. Here's the issue with what I'm seeing when I'm doing market orders is here's your 15-second orb, right? Let's say this is your 15. This is 3 5-second candles. A lot of the times, guys, is you're getting in, like when you do a market order, you're literally almost catching the top sometimes if it reverses. So even though your range is 21,856 to 21,816, which is insane, that's too big of an orb for a 15-second. That's if this goes down to offset orb, you lose too much. If it does it, you're screwed pretty much. That's why I don't like these big orbs. So I mean, if you do the 5 and you literally get in on that break of structure right away, you're gold. So it's just something to think about. 15-second was too big today. And what you do is you have to put an order in right away here. So that way you're not waiting for a close. Like if this closes here, yeah, you still made money, but at least you're not catching the very top. So it's definitely something you got to work on speed and stuff. But I think you can make insane returns just using 20 micros. I mean, this is good money here. I'm thinking also just put your risk position, risk brackets. 600 bucks. Seems to be pretty good. Well, I need to look at the settings. Yeah, to me, it's all about tight stop loss. I don't mind losing, but the problem with the 15 sec today was too big today. Man, it was the freaking biggest candle I've ever seen. It was obnoxious. It was just not, man, it's just really sucky today. And then it sucks that NASDAQ wins and ES loses. Um, Trying to see here. No, the 15-second is insane. It's just, to me, it's depending on the day. It depends on the day. Like, this was not a good day for it. NASDAQ is 21,855 to 21,816. That's just too big. That's the difference of a 39-point loss compared to a 14-point loss. 15-point loss. So you literally half your size there. And then if I lose, it's not a big deal. Now, the only thing I can see with the struggling is you got to somehow put your orders in here ahead of time before this even 5 seconds is done. So, I'm trying to think. For example, let's see how a 5 seconds moving now. So you would put your order in like right here, right away after this closes. But I mean, this candle right here. But even if you had to do a market order, I mean, at least you'll probably get in right here. It's still a whole lot better than getting in way up in here. I mean, yeah, you would have to do a market order on this. Like, if you don't get in right away, so let's just say it just obviously breaks structure. Like, you can easily see it going up. So you just get in right away. But if it doesn't break structure fast, like, if you have time, obviously click the upper orb here and get in. Top Step's a little slower here because then you got to right click and then you got to go to limit buy and then you got to go to stop sell. It's pretty slow actually.
What's a playground?
Don't they have something where I can just left click in something? Like order type, limit, 21,832. Yeah, you would have to manually type that in. I mean, yes, you have a hotkey here where you can join bid, join ask, join bid. That's not gonna help. That's gonna be different where the line is. So yeah, that's the only way I can see it doing is you're gonna have to just manually. I think ideally it's gonna be a market order, and the minute you see that going above, you're in. So you might ideally you're probably going to get in like here. I mean, you can get in pretty fast. Like you'll see it. The minute you see a green going up, you're in, right? So it to me it looks like a market order. But if you can do a limit, try to do it if you can do a limit so you can get as close as possible. Because you want to take your risk defined here. 31 to 16. I mean, it's not as bad as this kind of stop up here. And then same thing with the 15-second is you're ideally getting in like right up in here. Here's your 15-second close. You know, that's your 15-second. And then by the time it breaks structure, you get in right away. Or closes. So you're up in here. So it is a massive loss on the 15 there. I don't want to just honestly revamp everything. It's just this is what I've been seeing over time. Even on the 15-second, my entries could have been a lot better. So that's what I'm seeing.
Be nice.
Yo, thanks Nana for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna try this after hours, guys. But if you look at, I'm gonna stick to MNQ because the chart looks better on MNQ. You remember when I did NQ, we had a break of structure and it wasn't even there on MNQ. I think all you need is to pass these combines. You need 20 contracts to make you decent returns, and every position needs to be giving you around that 500 to 600 gain. You saw the 1800 session. You would have passed with just that. Easily, you would have passed. The single orb made you money, double orb made you money, and triple orb. Like, and then this one made you money too, the single orb. Like, let's just say even if you got in on the top of this candle, like you got the worst entry on the 5-second, 21,847 to 73, that's over 30 points, right? 47, almost, yeah, I mean, you would have got in here. You would have got 30 points on the NASDAQ and literally insane amount of returns. So, let me look at the 1800 because that's going to be my next session I trade. But yeah, I'm going to back test this. Keep doing the 15. I'm going to see what I can see here. I'm just trying to, the purpose of the second chart is to minimize your stops so much. Like, you really want to minimize your losses. Like, even if I took a first orb here and lost, and then I took the second orb here and made it all back, that's the potential of this. So right here, you take a first orb and you make 21,863 to 47. You make massive returns there. And then it goes up to the single orb and you make, or double orb, and look at the returns you made. Like, these are insane returns. And then it goes to triple orb and you made insane returns. I would keep playing these until the orb probably fails. But honestly, you would have been up, honestly, over 3K with your size doing these. You would have been insanely up, insanely profitable. So it's all about speed, in my opinion. So let's look at the 930. Man, it really is just a part of a learning curve. Futures can be pretty hard. You just got to manage your emotions when you're in a loss. That's the hardest part, is just managing the emotions. Like right in here, this is an ideal day we might see. You might see the loss here, and then you get it all back on the second orb. Okay? So 2020 to 2098. You lose 22 points, but then you get in at 2098. You have plenty enough time to get on this. You see how you get in right on that. It's easy to get on a double orb because you can see right here, price breaks here. You have your stop loss here. So what you would do is, let's say you're in 20 micros here. You would just put minus 40 here. So it sells the 20, or it buys the 20 back, right? If you're in a buy position, it gets rid of that and it puts a new order of 20 here, and then you make all that back from 21.97 to 21.67. I mean, so you make all that back, 97 to 67. This is what I'm seeing here. And then if you lose twice in a row, you're done. All right, just don't even trade. Then it's too choppy. 97 to 67 or 66 there. So this one made you a fast 30 points in a matter of less than a minute. And then you lost 2020 to 2098. You lost 22 points. So you're still positively ahead right up in here. So if I was in a loss here, I would look to make sure I'm green for the day. But I mean, look at this monster drop that it kept doing though. Wow. Kept going down and down. Did it do a triple orb? And then you can see right here, here's your triple orb here. And then it makes a monster return. Another 20 points right up in here. Easy return. And it goes higher, 65. Yeah, something to think about. I think anything past a triple orb is irrelevant for me. It's always, I preferably like the single and the double. And then triple is an okay one. Let's look at this 1800 session. Yeah, you see right in here, there's your 18. Easy to get in, very slow. That's why I like the after hour session. It is pretty easy to get in. You get in at 21.951. Your stop is 21.936. So all these stops, even on the NASDAQ, is pretty good, right? 51 to 36. You're only risking 15 points. That's about where you're going to risk, is 15 to 20 points on a NASDAQ, which is not bad. That's probably the tightest stop you can probably get. And then you go from 51 to, here's a 10-point gain. 51 all the way to 84. That's over 30 points on the single orb. Take it to the double orb. Right here, you get in right away. Breakout, retest. 21.935 to 21.915. Not bad. And then triple orb, 29.952. It's much easier to get in when price, like let's say you got in here, you make your money, put some at break even, and it breaks above. It's so much easier to put an order in here because once you get that breakout, you're already in. Your order's right here, it's in, and then you're making money instantly. Whereas on the New York session, it's a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder on getting in on that single order. After hours, it's kind of chill. Because right in here, after our session, you're in right away. It's easy to get in. And then I see this candle close. I have a candle in the middle. I got my sell here and my buy there. It's wherever it wants to go. Yeah. I'm not here to honestly trade all day. That's why I'm liking this system, is like you can be done pretty fast. It's definitely caught my attention, and I've been meaning to say this, but I didn't know how to do it on the 15 sec. Let me look at the 930.
It's a rhino.
But yeah, nothing is perfect though. Don't ever think, you're not going to get lost. It's just part of trading. It's just me, is how do I redefine it and, kind of make it better. I think sizing is a big issue. Sizing will wreck everyone if you don't have proper sizing. So like right in here, you see how, this one was pretty easy to get in. You see the 9, you see right in there, break of structure here. even though this was a dud of a trade, like the 15-second, you would have definitely lost. Here's the 15-second here, and then you wait for another 15, you're getting it on this candle, and you have very little room to gain. Whereas the 5, you're down here, and you have much more profit here. 49 to 65, that's pretty good. Almost 20 points there. So, yeah, once I saw these going up, I'm going to scale out. And then I put it at break even once I'm up over 10 points on the NASDAQ. Scale out, break even, see if I can ride it up a little more. Right up in here is your double orb. It gets very close stopping you out. But if you look at this, it's only a 13-point stop. Goes up, goes down, you make your money there. Just looked a little dicey. But yeah, look how choppy this day is. Very, very choppy. Very choppy. I'm looking at the first and single orbs are probably the best to take. And honestly, after hours might be the best session to trade doing this, too. You could take the, maybe, if you wanted to, be like, oh, I'm just going to take the first orb, right? Make your money. Look at one more 1800 session, guys, and then I'm gonna see what the YouTube's doing. It's like a chair, and kids sit in it, and they put their poop and pee in it. It's just like the toilet. Yeah. But smaller. Everybody pees, but teaching a little stumpy bean to use the potty. Can you help me? It's just crazy how much it works. I mean, we were due for a loss, no doubt about it. Over close to 10 wins in a row on it, we were due for a loss. But it's just a kind of thing of just redefining things here. You see here on the 1800, you have much more time to think about things. You get in right here. Price goes up to 28,843. You're already up 10 points. No joke, just from this spike here, you're up 10 points already. That's insane to me. 44 there, comes back to that spike. So yeah, even though this after hours session is pretty slow, you've already made 10 points. And then what if you took the double orb? You're getting in right on that line, 22 to 15. You make decent returns, but not much. This is the big one you make, 33 to 44. Wow, it goes higher and higher. It's always the triple orb that's making you money, though, on the after hours. Debtors for a take project just failed. I'm starting to be stoned on how well it worked. What are you doing? How much percentage did you gain on that one? All right. Full puts today. He did the June 12 June. I just don't like credit spreads with this market right now. Yeah, we got a 15-minute orb to the upside here. Wow, nice gain. Really nice gain. Good stuff. I'll check out my EIX and GameStop here. I'm gonna get in some GameStop here. 22s is what I like it at. So we got GameStop coming into a monthly EMA 50 here. Yeah, you can see right here it can come a little lower, but this is where I would like to get GameStop, in the 22s. Right out here in the 22s. All right, it is at the 22s is where I like it. Right up in here, GameStop. 2260. 67. I'm curious if it goes down there. What kind of 1 minute? We had a pretty massive 1 minute there of 6% gain. Holy crap, from the 2282. This thing went to 24 bucks. Yeah, I'm gonna get some there. I'm gonna get some there. AMC is going down to that. Yeah, I can see that holding up pretty well. We'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the futures though. I'm at the point where this is pretty good though. The Nasdaq is better if you want to make those faster points. It does move a little better in my opinion. Nasdaq had a little rough patch on the 15-second, but it kind of went back to what it wants to do. Like, let me look at this 930 again for you guys. I think the New York session is the hardest, honestly, because it's so fast. The New York session, I think, might be the hardest. But here it goes again, guys. Look at this. Right up in here, you have your 930. You can clearly see price coming up. I mean, you get 10 points instantly with this grab here. Like, I mean, this doesn't seem like a lot, but this is literally 10 points. Even if you got at the top of this candle here. And this is a very choppy day. It comes back in, comes back up. You can easily get that top if you missed it. Right up in here is your short. The reason why I like it is like you're risking very little. Here's your next big grab down. 2790. Literally, here is 10 points down here. Literally 10 points is given you right here. And then it goes even further down. It's kind of interesting to me. Triple orb. Almost gets you filled here. Put your order here. This one gets you filled. Another 10 points right here. It's insane. This is quad. That's too much. I think triple is the most you should ever do, but it's just something to think about. Whereas the 15 would look like this. You see that? This is the 15 now. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. The 15 gets you in right here for a short. And then now you're risking 20 points compared to I mean, everything means this is 13 compared to 13 points. It's a big difference. It's almost like 2x the loss. All right, let's do one more 1800 session here so I can just kind of see what the 1800. I think 1800 session is the easiest though with this strat. To me, it looks the easiest. It's not as volatile. Yeah, my roll is about 10 points though on NASDAQ. If you look at all the back tests, about 10 points is what you're getting easily. I mean, look at this. Here's your 1800. Bam, bam. You should have plenty of time to put your order here as it kind of went there, but from here, 21,807, 13 points you made. Yeah, that's 10 points right there. This would suck, because this would get you in for a short. That would really suck. That's the only downside is that. And then right up in here is your long. Try to make it back 807 to, it's about 5 points. And this one would kind of suck, because you get in a long here, you make good money, right? And then you try for the short. This one was the proper short to make you massive money. So it makes me kind of wonder, like, put it slightly below. I don't know. That's just a rare case. Ugh. All right, let me look at things there. GameStop's down 19%. It's probably one of the biggest big cap stocks down for the day. Circle's down 5. Boeing's down 5. Lululemon's keeps going down here. I'm going to see if it gets to the 233 mark. Right up in here is the quarterly chart, 230. I like Lululemon. If it can go down there. 5 days away from the EMA 5. I think the last time we did that on the last, what is it, last earnings, it did something like this. You see how it just like dramatically dropped a lot? Lululemon can do that. So if you look at the past history, just keep in mind it can definitely do that. Can make an insane move down like that. So I'm definitely watching this one. It's just want to see what it can do. It's really risky to get right in on the earnings, because this is what can happen. But I'm in a long-term EIX. I think EIX is going to be pretty nice. We'll see. I think it's going to bounce on this quarterly EMA 50. It went a little lower than I expected. But we'll see. Give it time. Haven't tried that yet, but on earnings, perhaps a string. Yeah, that's what a lot of people's done it. A lot of people say do that, and I never had the guts to try it either. GameStop in the 22s here. I think it's going to bounce big. What's PLRZ doing? Everyone's talking about that one. Wow. It's up 27%. Had massive EMA 5 TD. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to catch you guys later. I might do some TikTok back testing on it. I'm really liking the 5-second, though. It's just a matter of practicing your speed. You got to practice your speed, and then you'll be fine. Alright, guys. I'll catch you guys later.